Hello everyone, welcome to GametechUK and this year's EGX 2019 Rezzed at the Tobacco Dock in London. This is primarily for indie titles. What we're going to do is in this video have a look around the show, have a chat with some developers. I'm here to see Carsten from Bus Simulator, the PR manager from Bus Simulator. Just generally have a look around the show, have a chat with some developers and hopefully put an interesting video together for you. So let's get in, let's have a look. So, Shock Rods, tell us all about it.
Sure, so Shock Rods is kind of like a marriage between Rocket League, not enough to get sued, but Rocket League and Quake kind of like mashed together to create an arena shooter that kind of takes the movement of cars to another level. So with previous car combat titles, one of the biggest problems that we feel that they had was the movement of the cars themselves. Funnily enough, the attempted strong point becomes the weak point. So the movement of cars is very linear, of course, which means you've got to mess with like auto aim and targeting and stuff. And if you miss a shot, now you've got to come around and go again. We didn't like the way that felt. And so during development, we discovered the Mecanum wheel, which is an actual thing that exists. It looks like a couple of bananas sellotaped to a wheel, but it works and it allows cars to move omnidirectionally and strafe and stuff. So we decided to incorporate the kind of lateral movement that people are used to with things like first-person shooters and such like, with the ability to take the cars vertical. And
one important thing we've left out, Stainless Games, you are the developers of Carmageddon.
Sure.
How does that influence something like this?
Well, the thing is, I think it says more about the people at the studio. So Stainless Games have always been about cars. Cars and car combat has always been a speciality of Stainless Games from you know the 80s. These guys have been mashing cars and combat together. So we feel like this is the next evolution for us in terms of making car combat feel not necessarily modern, because you know it's an homage to the older arena shooters, but to bring cars and combat together in a way that we haven't done before. But it was also important to us that this is very far removed from the Carmageddon universe in that regard.
So it's based on the original V2 that came out in 2012. It's taking that game, updating it, bringing it to current consoles, and bringing it to 6 different platforms we got it on. PS4, Xbox One, Switch, Windows 10, GOG, and Steam as well.
Yeah, so tell us about the Xbox One version.
So the Xbox One version, you can plug in your mouse and keyboard and use that as your input. We also have cross-play with Windows 10, so people on Windows 10 can play with Xbox and vice versa. Also, the Xbox X version has 4K, and you can also turn on 60 FPS if you want. So you can choose between performance mode or resolution mode. So resolution, you'll get a lower frame rate but better screen quality, and vice versa, so you can get 60 FPS.
What about the PlayStation 4? I mean, no keyboard and mouse on that one, is it?
No, not on that one, but we do also have higher resolution for when you're on the Pro. So that has the same setting. It's favor performance, favor resolution, and all the features that PS4 also supports.
What about Switch? Is there any unique features there?
Yeah, so Switch is a bit different. So we support the Pro controller. We also support motion controls, so you can aim by tilting the controller and things like that.
What about the upcoming VR through the Labo kit? Anything on that?
Not at the moment. It's quite early stages.
That'd be really good with a sniper game.
It's going to be great. I've played it for a bit, and it's looking really good.
And not being, I haven't played many Sniper Elites. The particular version that you've remastered, is that a fan favourite, or is that requested?
For some, so the series is kind of like evolved with each one. So 3 offers a different experience to 2, and then 4, offers a further experience. So this one's a little bit more linear, but it has its own advantages over the other ones. So it's kind of unfair to say to people, "I'll just play 4 and it's the same as 2," because each one had its own step. But a lot of people love 2. It's the only one not on current consoles really out of 2, 3 and 4, because 3 is already on PS4 and Xbox, and so is 4, so this is like bringing it up to date so everyone can play it if they want to play it.
Circus, tell us what it's all about.
It's a futuristic multiplayer sports game, a little bit of maybe Rocket League, a little bit of Mario Strikers, a little bit of mobile elements. Yeah, you have different champions. They each have their own different skills, and you play competitive 3 versus 3 online multiplayer.
Okay. You're doing an open weekend. Is it this weekend, or is that going to extend?
We're currently doing closed alpha tests every few weekends. So the last one was 3 weeks ago, and now there's a closed alpha test going on right now.
And how do you get into that alpha?
You just sign up at the website and we send you a Steam key.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, so it's easy as that. So people watching this can get involved in the game?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So it's 3 versus 3, did you say? Okay, is that online multiplayer?
That's just online right now. We're going to do couch co-op at some point in the future, but currently we're focusing on online multiplayer first.
Okay. Yeah. And what sort of size team behind the title?
Right now we're 18 people. We're based in Vienna, Austria. We started out with 9, and on average we were like 12 people working for 16 months on the game.
Awesome. And what's the real unique sort of selling point of this game? What is its feature?
I would say that the combination of a multiplayer sports game with mobile elements and quirky characters is something that hasn't been done a lot.
Another tale is a typing game, so everything you do in the game is by typing one with your keyboard, so no gamepad, no mouse. But besides that, it's an exploration RPG.
Yeah.
So you move around you explore a world, fantasy world, you gather knowledge about the plants, creatures, people living there. And all that knowledge about the world is stored in an encyclopedia in-game, so a lot of lore content, but it's also like experience points in other type RPGs.
Yeah.
So you can get better upgrades, new skills, when you know better, when you know more about the world.
We were here together as the third entry in a series of first-person cooperative puzzle games. The goal of each game is to explore your environment, communicate with your co-op partner, and figure out how to solve puzzles in order to progress in the game.
Yeah.
The first We Were Here is available for free on Steam.
Okay.
We Were Here 2 is also on Steam for about £7. And this is We Were Here Together, of course. It's coming out later this year.
Yeah.
In both of the first 2 games, you and your partner find yourself trapped in a spooky old castle. You're in different areas, you're completely split up, you can't even see each other.
Yeah.
The only tools you have to hand are a pair of walkie-talkies. So all you can do is explore and tell each other what you see, what you can interact with, and with that you have to figure out how to eventually escape the castle.
So was that online or?
Yes,
Yeah,
all 3 games are online, they're all for 2 people, and they all use the same kind of core communication, puzzle-solving mechanic.
Yeah.
The latest game, however, is interesting in that we decided to change up the start of the game a little bit. Rather than being separated, both players begin at the expedition base camp in Antarctica.
Yeah.
So this means you can see each other, you can walk around, you can explore together, as in the title.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You still need to work together in order to solve the puzzles. You will need to split up in order to solve the puzzles. We've focused on making sure, every puzzle relies on cooperation. You can't play this game alone, unfortunately.
So where's the title set? Is it Antarctica, did you say?
Yes, Antarctica.
Okay, yeah.
And, a lot of the game revolves around why is there a castle in Antarctica.
So that is it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed them developer interviews. We've had a great time, haven't we?
We have.
Just being here, just me and Maxi Boy, just playing games all day long.
All day.
And one thing I love about coming to EGX Rezzed, maybe even more than the big EGX, is just the passion you get with indie developers. When you go to the bigger the bigger EGX shows, it's all sell, pre-order, this is what we're going to be doing. With these indie developers, they never mention price or sales, they just want to talk about their game, and I absolutely love that. And we've had some fantastic conversations today. But that is it, everyone. We're going to get maybe a cheeky curry on the way home, and I'll see you later. See you next time. See you later, everyone.